What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profiles. Today we're going to focus in on our newest Twitter follower, Brian Ferlin from Cornell, and a Boston Bruins prospect from Jacksonville, Florida. An intriguing mix of size and skill that has become the mantra of the actually has always been the mantra of the Boston Bruins, going back to the Terry O'Reilly and Cam Neely days, and then obviously Milan Lucic now, and then look at Anthony Kamara, Ferlin, guys like that. Having the good mix of size and skill throughout the organizational depth charts has been, like I said, what the team prides itself on. And as a kid that grew up in Boston, idolizing Cam Neely, even though he was a little before my time, that you wanted to be able to bring physicality and score the garbage goals. I think that's what you're looking at with Ferlin, who's a Jacksonville, Florida native, which is, I think, kind of funny. I mean, he's a Bruins prospect. I'm a Boston Bruins fan, going to school in Florida, so there's kind of I guess that's a trade between them. That was a bad joke, I don't know what I was saying, but played for the Jacksonville Ice Dogs back in 2008-2009, really established himself with 89 points in 38 games, then went out west to the Indiana Ice, had two very good years. One kind of get his feet wet year, with 16 points in 57 games, and then 2010-2011 really stepped up his productivity of 73 points in 55 games. It was a plus 26 out there in Indiana, and really showed the skill that he has, culminated by his 6'2" and 201-pound frame. Last year at Cornell, he had a great showing actually at the U.S. World Junior Camp. Didn't make the team, but was one of the better players in camp. Had 21 points in 26 games before getting hurt in February, and was plus 15 with the Big Red. And then this year's got 8 points through 15 games. Really not on the same pace as last year, but still producing 35 penalty minutes too in 15 games, which is pretty spectacular, and I think something that'll make Bruins fans proud. I think he's going to need at least next year at Cornell, if not all 4 years, before he can turn pro. Obviously, a smart kid being able to play at one of the higher, one of the better institutions of higher learning in college hockey, and definitely someone that the Bruins are going to be looking for down the line. They took him in the 4th round in 2011. He got passed over in the 2010 draft, and took him 4th round, 121st overall. And I think he's going to pay dividends down the line. I think stepped up his productivity in the second half for Cornell, and then definitely has a good year next year. He's got a kid that can turn pro in 2014, and definitely, like I said, he's got the size, he's got the skill. Come up from non-traditional markets, you don't play against the same competition growing up, so I think his upside's even higher than he's getting credit for. And that's not a knock on the kids coming out of Florida. I think Florida's the next great hotbed that's going to develop. Guys like him, Shane Gosperrier, Brady Vale coming out of Florida in recent years. I think you can definitely, it won't be as big of an impact as California had, but I think it'll be pretty close. You got kids that grew up watching the Lightning, watching the Panthers. Jacksonville's really nowhere near either Tampa or Fort Lauderdale. That's where the next generation's coming from. It's not just Boston. It's not just New England, Minnesota, and Michigan, and upstate New York. You got kids from all over the country competing for spots, and I think that's the beauty of USA hockey, really, and Sunbelt expansion. But that's all this episode of the Power Play with CJ Prospect Profile. I'm Brian Ferlin. Thanks for the follow on Twitter. Boston Bruins prospect and current member of the Cornell Big Red. See you for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.